It's morning for me right now. I'm sitting outside the store about to go in and get me a Dr. Pepper because I was out at home and I needed some caffeine today. So I'm going to go in and get me a Dr. Pepper. Y'all, I've got a hot tea maker coming. With the weather starting to get cooler and having our new back porch, I don't know, I just wanted to be able to sit outside and drink something warm. I don't do a whole lot of coffee, definitely don't do hot coffee. And so I thought, well, what about tea? What if I could do hot tea with like honey in it? So it's coming. I'll share it with you when I get it. We'll see how that goes. I may end up making sweet iced tea with it, but we're gonna try it out. But anyway, this morning I needed a Dr. Pepper, and then as soon as I get home, we're gonna start some pinto beans in the crock pot. I've had a few of y'all ask how I cook dried beans. It's really easy. I've shown it a few times, but I think it's been a while, so I'll show you how I do my pinto beans in the crock pot because I've been wanting some with some of our homemade chow chow on it. Oh my goodness. It is so good. And I did not film when we made that homemade chow chow. And if I make it again, and I think we will, I think we'll probably make another batch, I will film it because that stuff is so good. I also think that I'm going to set out some pork chops when we get home. Probably should have done that yesterday, but I'm going to do it this morning, and maybe they'll be thawed out so that we can cook those for dinner tonight too. Maybe brush them or some of them. I don't know if the kids would want it, but I'm for sure going to brush mine with some of that juice from the cowboy candy. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But I need a Dr. Pepper right now. Y'all, it has rained so much over the last few days. Which if you watched my last video, we were planting our fall garden. So it needed some rain, but we've gotten a lot of rain. And I'm ready for some sunshine. Have y'all tried this? Let me know what you thought about it. If you have, we didn't like it. Woo, that's about out. Have they always been that much? Eee. I'll do this instead. Let's get started on our beans. I have a pound of pinto beans, and I just looked them and rinsed them with some cold water. You want to make sure that there's not any like little rocks or pebbles or anything like that in there. Every once in a while you'll find a rock in your bag of beans. I don't pre-wash, like pre-soak mine. I don't do it pre-cook and rinse. No, I just wash them real good and put them in my crock pot. I can remember looking beans many a times with my mama. So that's all I did was I looked through them, rinsed them, and put them in here in my crock pot. I've covered them with about 2 inches of water, maybe not quite that. I'll have to add more water as they cook. If you're going to put these on and leave them all day and be gone, you definitely want to put more water than this in here. I just start with this and then add it as they cook. I'm going to put in some salt and pepper. And you have to season beans pretty heavily. I may even end up adding more salt. And then onion powder and garlic powder. This is just what I like to use, y'all. Do it however you want. And I would typically put 2 bay leaves in here, but I'm out. And then either cut up a piece of bacon and put it in, or I have some bacon grease. So I'm gonna put a good teaspoon, maybe even closer to a tablespoon of bacon grease in. You got it. There you go. Turn that to high. It is, yes. I like to cook, go the other direction. There you go. I like to cook mine on high. Keep going until you get to high. Yeah, it'll turn. I cook mine on high for about 3 or 4 hours, and then I cut it down to low and let it cook the rest of the day. That's just how I like to do it. And we will have to add more water probably within an hour or two. I recently got this new vacuum cleaner. It came from Amazon, so I'll link it down in the description box. I've only had it for about a week, so I can't say really how much I like it yet. I'll have to keep y'all updated, but I've used it a few times, and so far I really like it for the spaces that we have that I use it in. So we only have carpet in 3 areas of our house, and while this vacuum is small, it handles those areas really well, and it'll also clean up, little messes in the kitchen or whatnot. I like that it has that light on the front of it, and it swivels really easily. It's also lightweight, and the kids use it. Some of the areas that are carpets, the kids' rooms, and they'll grab this and use it. They actually think that it's really neat. They enjoy it, and it's done good, like as far as suction power. It also has these 2 extra tools there. You'll see me use one of those here in just a minute. So what I was saying about the suction power is it has 2 settings, a low and a high, and I don't know, I noticed that it's, for a small vacuum, it has done really well. I also like that it's cordless. You can't beat that. Alright, so I'm changing that out now. Just taking the bottom part off and snapping on this other tool, and we're going to use it to get in the creases of the couch real quick. Huddy even helped out. He wanted to do it. And I'm going to show y'all everything that it picked up on this day. I'm telling you, it does really good. That is, and y'all, we vacuumed just a couple days ago, but look at what all it picked up. It's also really easy to like rinse. So after a few uses, I just pull the filter apart and rinse that real quick, sit it to dry, and then once it's dry, I can put all of the pieces back together. And we're just storing it like you saw out in our laundry room. Justin screwed the plate into the wall for me, and I can plug it in right there. And yeah, it's done a good job so far. The things we'll do for these chickens, y'all. We have been letting them go outside because they enjoy it. And it started raining really hard all of a sudden. And when I got out there, I mean, by the time I got out there was already water standing in the bottom. I thought we had lost all these baby chicks. One of them, it was completely underwater. I started yelling, kids came running. We got them in, we had them by the fireplace. That one that Audrey's got is the one that was the worst. And I think,
you made a stink eye, boy.
I think we may be all right. I mean, they were not out there long, but it rained, and it rained hard. And they love being outside, so we had taken them out there, and it just poured down. And they got wet, and they got cold. They could have gotten up in the top of the coop. It was open, and they know how to go up there, but they just didn't.
Disaster averted.
That was the best one right now.
Everybody was helping. Everybody had towels. Everybody was huddled around the fireplace. Justin was getting this light ready. My mom and stepdad got the box ready with the clean shavings. It was all hands on deck. Operation Save Baby Chicks. Are you drying out, baby? They're drying their wings.
Well, it does have a little bit bigger of a comb.
That one that Audrey's got is the one that's the
That one there ain't
tiniest.
got no comb.
No.
That one there looks like it's got a little bit more of a comb. That one there don't have any comb.
That one doesn't.
Rooster.
Rooster.
Probably hen.
I think there's 2 roosters.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
Good job, chicken farmers.
I also went on a mad cleaning frenzy today. Y'all, was one of those things. We had been outside with the chickens. We was letting them out in the yard. We came in, and it was like I saw everything that needed to be done. A bag of shoes that needed to be unpacked. The counter in the laundry room needed to be cleaned off. Dishes needed to be done. I knew I needed to sweep out from under the couch. I knew all the floors needed to be swept and mopped. And it was like, all right, we're just going to get it done. And everybody jumped in and helped out. And we cleaned the house today. That wasn't in my original plans, but it happened. And I'm glad it did. The kids are asking to play a board game, so I think we're going to do that, and then it'll be time to finish up supper. I think the beans are almost done. I'm going to check and make sure they don't need any more water, and then in just a little while we'll start pork chops, and we'll have dinner.
I've been wondering about you. They said that just one look and I'd get caught too. 'Cause there's something about you.
Thank you.
And you know it too. All I do is think about you. Your eyes, your scent, your touch is all I dream of. Now I can't live without you. I
Hello, little ones.
'Cause we
You
are
look so much better.